Hey guys, it's Crow97 here, and today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on the new game type called Arena Brawl on the Hypixel server. The server IP will be in the description below, and please enjoy. First things first guys, if you want a good teammate like this guy, as opposed to someone like this guy, then I suggest you make a party by going /party create and then /party invite and invite the person you want to play with. This also prevents the chance of your teammate being AFK and just leaving the game. Once you and your team member have actually joined the game, make sure that you both target one member of the other team. Don't focus on them both at the same time, just get one out of the road then focus on the other. It makes it much easier to win. During the game, a health and a double damage will spawn. These spawns rotate and will occur in intervals of 30 to 50 seconds. With the health spawning first at about 30 to 50 seconds, it spawns directly in the center of the map underneath the bridge every time, while the double damage is a bit trickier. It spawns on top of the bridge and it can spawn in one of two locations, either side of the two platforms on the bridge. If you want to make sure that you're the first one to get it, keep an eye on the chat log because that will tell you exactly when it spawns. When you're swinging at another player, remember not to block it, as blocking reduces no damage and is totally pointless. All that it does is misses your attacks if you're not aiming them properly. It's better to just hit normally and then save up until your mana bar is completely full, then use all your attacks at once to surprise them with a large amount of damage. Since attacks have a fairly large radius in this game, there's no point in jumping in to save your teammate if he's being attacked by the other two people. Just stay back and use your spells since they do the primary amount of damage, and stay full health so that you can help him later. I'm now going to go through all the skills and pick out unique combinations which work well and what I think are the best skills. So starting in support skills, I'm just going to go through the ones which I think are best. You start with healing totem. This one works very good with the other skill barricade. The next one is holy water. I would definitely recommend holy water. It doesn't require any other thing to work with. It pretty much just regenerates health. So you just have to remember to use it, but it's probably the best there. Next you have life leech, which is also very good if you're using something like an attack snowball, because that slows the player down and allows you to actually get the melee hits required to regenerate health. The last one I'd recommend is Tree of Life. This is pretty much just an upgrade of the healing totem and works really well with barricade, or it can also work well with the vine wall, which I'll explain how to use a bit later. Moving on to the utility skills, first up we have barricade, and as I mentioned before, barricade's really useful with the healing totem, as you're able to sit inside with the healing totem and just regenerate health. The next two is shadow step and swap. These two are very good, but they don't really go with anything. I would suggest swap more than shadow step, because if they're about to get something like double damage, you can just use this and swap positions with them and take the double damage, so that is really handy in a lot of situations. If you're looking to use a Tree of Life or Healing Totem, I would suggest using the Wall of Vines. This, like the barricade, kind of traps the other person behind this wall and doesn't let them get to you too easily. I mean, they can go around the wall, but if you place it in the right place, like where the double damage spawns, then it's really difficult to get around and you can just regenerate health using your Healing Totem, Tree of Life or whatever. Moving on to the offensive skills, we have first up is Fireball. Now this is the one you start with and it's very good. You can keep it for a long time and it works fine. If you want to upgrade, I'd recommend upgrading straight to the Rocket Chicken. Basically what this does is just more damage over time. So it is better than the Fireball, but if you want to just stay with the Fireball, that's fine. But the Rocket Chicken really doesn't cost much to upgrade. Now, as I said before, if you're using something like Life Leech, it's pretty much imperative that you have an attack like Snowball. So this slows the enemy down, allowing you to catch up and do your melee hits to actually regenerate health. I wouldn't really recommend any other attacks at the moment. Seismic Wave is good, but it just costs 12,000 coins, which is way too much, and it's really not worth it. You're better off just using a smaller attack like Rocket Chicken, which still does quite a lot of damage for its price. As for ultimate skills, there's really no point in buying anything other than what you start with, which is the shield wall. It's by far the best. Using Berserk is pretty pointless as melee damage does barely anything anyways, so doubling it wouldn't really help. Going back, I'm gonna let you guys go through runes and combat upgrades. I haven't used any yet just because they cost so much, so I'd recommend using them later on when you have more coins and you have the right offensive skills, utility skills, and support skills that you want. Okay guys, I'm just gonna finish up with a quick few things that a lot of people have been questioning. The first being the armor. How do you get better armor? It says it right here on the sign. Higher rating means better looking armor. So if you get over 1400, you get iron. If you get higher, if you get like 1600 or something, then you get diamond. So that's how you get better armor. And now a lot of people are confused about how to get higher rating in games. And basically how much rating you get is determined by your teammates' rating. So if they have a really high rating to you, then obviously you're not going to get as much rating for winning the game. Another myth that's been going around is people think that leaving games won't lose you your rating or win streak. But it does. It just takes about 3 minutes to actually occur, because basically what happens if you leave a game is you're still in the game dying. It just says that you've left the game. So it just takes a little while, but I guarantee you will lose your win streak and you will lose your rating, so don't try and do that. One more thing is with the magical chest. Pretty much a lot of people have been asking what is in the chest and is it worth buying the keys? And I'm gonna say no, not to start off with. I mean, later when you're getting heaps of coins, definitely it would be cool, but most of the time you get like 26 coins or something and it's really not worth it. But that's all from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video and hopefully it's helped you with winning some games on Arena Brawl in the future. So thanks for watching.